Explosive activity at Italy's most active volcano has intensified, triggering the highest aviation warning level.
Italy's most active volcano, Mount Etna, once again erupted.
Roughly 140 kilometers from Rome, on the eastern edge of the island of Sicily, rises one of the most powerful and closely watched geological features in Europe. Mount Etna is not just a volcano, it is a living system, a massive engine of heat and pressure that has shaped the Mediterranean world for hundreds of thousands of years. Towering more than 3,300 meters above sea level, Etna holds the title of Europe's largest and most active volcano, a mountain that never truly rests. Known locally as Monte Etna sits directly above a critical boundary where two massive tectonic plates collide. Here, the African plate slowly slides beneath the Eurasian plate, a process called subduction that has been unfolding for millions of years. This relentless geological movement feeds magma upward from deep within the earth, sustaining not only Mount Etna but also other dangerous volcanoes across southern Italy and the wider Mediterranean region. Chapter 1. Origins and Scale of Etna. The origins of Etna stretch back nearly 500,000 years. Over that immense span of time, countless eruptions stacked layers of lava, ash, and volcanic debris, gradually building the colossal structure visible today. This same tectonic mechanism formed an entire chain of volcanoes stretching from Italy toward Greece, creating a landscape defined by instability, fertility, and risk. Etna's sheer scale is difficult to grasp. The volcano covers an area of more than 1,100 square kilometers, with a base circumference approaching 140 kilometers. It is vastly larger than Mount Vesuvius, nearly 2.5 times its height, and its influence extends far beyond its summit. Approximately 1 million people live on or near Etna's slopes, drawn by the rich volcanic soil that supports agriculture, vineyards, and towns that have thrived for centuries despite the constant threat beneath their feet. Chapter 2. Life on the Slopes of Fire. The city of Catania, Sicily's second-largest urban center, lies just 30 kilometers from Etna's base. Home to roughly 300,000 residents, the city exists in a delicate balance with the volcano. Every tremor, ash cloud, and rumble is closely watched by authorities, scientists, and residents alike. Life near Etna means living with uncertainty, an awareness that the mountain can change its behavior at any moment. In the final days of December 2025, that awareness intensified dramatically. Between December 24th and December 27th, Mount Etna entered a phase of heightened activity that immediately caught the attention of the global scientific community. Monitoring stations recorded a sharp escalation, with fountains of lava shooting as high as 200 meters above the crater rim. These were not minor surface disturbances, but clear indicators of powerful magma movement deep below the volcano. Chapter 3. Rapid Escalation and Scientific Alarm. The first warning signs appeared on the evening of December 24th, when seismic instruments detected a sudden surge in volcanic tremor. This distinctive signal is widely recognized by volcanologists as evidence that magma is rising rapidly through underground channels toward the surface. Within hours, Etna transitioned from relative calm to a state of aggressive unrest. On December 26th, at precisely 9:56 UTC, Italy's National Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology confirmed intense strombolian activity at the summit. Explosive bursts hurled glowing material skyward, while a towering column of ash and gas rose to nearly 5,000 meters into the atmosphere. Even for Etna, one of the most active volcanoes on Earth, this level of escalation was unusual. The eruption prompted authorities to raise the aviation alert level from green to orange, signaling a serious risk to aircraft operating in the region. Ash clouds drifting across Sicily's northeastern sector posed a hazard to commercial flights, forcing airlines and air traffic controllers to closely monitor conditions. Chapter 4. New Vents and Swelling Mountain. What alarmed scientists most was not only the intensity of the activity, but the speed at which it developed. According to volcanologists monitoring the eruption, Etna typically shows weeks of gradual warning signs before major events. This time, the transition from stability to eruption occurred in less than 3 days. Light ashfall was soon reported in several communities downwind of the volcano. Residents described cars, rooftops, and streets coated in a thin gray layer of volcanic dust by the morning of December 26th. While ashfall is a familiar experience for those living near Etna, it always brings a renewed sense of unease. Each eruption raises the same question: how far will it go? One of the most striking developments during this episode was the formation of a new volcanic vent in the upper eastern section of the Voragine crater. Under immense pressure, magma forced its way through weaknesses in the rock, carving out a fresh pathway to the surface. This process intensified dramatically during the night of December 25th, signaling the start of a new eruptive phase. Chapter 5: Monitoring, Safety, and the Planet's Power. The event combined powerful explosions at the northeast crater with sustained lava emission from the newly opened vent, an area that had remained largely quiet for more than 3 years. The reactivation of this zone was a significant shift in Etna's behavior, indicating a complex reorganization of its internal plumbing system. At the same time, instruments recorded elevated levels of volcanic tremor, while deformation sensors detected measurable swelling of the mountain itself. Dilatometers near the summit showed expansion on the order of tens of nanostrains, and inclinometers recorded changes exceeding 1 microradian. In practical terms, this meant that Mount Etna was physically inflating, stretching outward as fresh magma accumulated beneath the surface. Scientists estimate that the magma feeding this eruption originated from a chamber located roughly 3 kilometers below the summit. As pressure built, molten rock rose upward, forcing the volcano to expand like a slowly inflating balloon. The newly erupted lava began flowing toward the Valle del Bove, a massive natural basin carved into Etna's eastern flank by ancient collapses. Spanning several kilometers, this vast amphitheater has long served as a natural pathway for lava flows, directing them away from densely populated areas. This fortunate geography significantly reduced the immediate danger to major cities. Historically, many of Etna's eruptions have followed this same route, allowing lava to move downslope without causing catastrophic damage. While the risk is never zero, this pattern provided some reassurance to authorities monitoring the situation. Mount Etna is among the most intensively monitored volcanoes on the planet. A sophisticated network of seismic stations, GPS sensors, thermal cameras, gas analyzers, and satellite systems operates around the clock. These instruments allow scientists to track magma movement, measure surface deformation with millimeter precision, and analyze the chemical makeup of gases escaping from the craters in real time. This constant surveillance plays a crucial role in assessing whether an eruption is likely to intensify or remain contained. As of now, there have been no reports of fatalities or major structural damage linked to the current activity. Nevertheless, local authorities remain on high alert, with evacuation plans prepared and ready should conditions deteriorate. Centuries of coexistence with Etna have shaped the resilience of Sicilian communities. Residents are familiar with emergency procedures, evacuation routes, and safety protocols that are regularly practiced and updated. This long history of adaptation has proven essential in reducing risk when the volcano awakens. Beyond its immediate impact, this eruption presents a rare scientific opportunity. Observing Etna's behavior in real time allows researchers to collect invaluable data on how magma moves, how pressure builds, and how eruptions evolve. These insights contribute to improving predictive models and early warning systems, not only for Sicily, but for volcanic regions worldwide. The information gathered during this event will help refine simulations used to forecast eruptions, enhance hazard assessment tools, and ultimately protect millions of people living near active volcanoes across the globe. Mount Etna remains a reminder that Earth is not a static planet. Beneath our cities and landscapes, powerful forces continue to shape the surface, often without warning. As this eruption unfolds, scientists watch closely, communities remain vigilant, and the world is reminded of the raw energy that still pulses within our planet. If you're captivated by the hidden dynamics of Earth, by volcanoes, earthquakes, and the immense forces that mold our world, this story is far from over. Stay connected, continue exploring, and witness how our living planet never stops surprising us with its unstoppable power. If you haven't yet, Like this video and subscribe for more breathtaking stories from our planet.